Okay, what would it feel like to be 100% responsible for everything, even going live when you're not ready and setting up? But here I am. Wow, what would life feel like if we would be 100% responsible for everything and the nature of our experience? This sounds like a lot for many people. It's like, what? You mean responsible for everything? But I'm not responsible, because we have such massive mechanisms to blame anybody outside of ourselves for the things that are happening to us, even right now in the world and everything that's going on. It's very easy to blame the government, to blame the virus, to blame whatever you want to for the nature of your experience. And today I want to invite you into the responsibility of the nature of your experience, which is you, and only you, are in control of how you're feeling, reacting, responding to anything that happens in your life. So breathe that in. What would happen if you would take 100% responsibility for everything that happens in your life? If the person who comes to you and shouts at you is your responsibility, meaning your responsibility to respond to him or her is your responsibility. Like, what changes if you take 100% responsibility for that? I can tell you what changes. You would love yourself so much that you would not go into reaction mode. If you really took that responsibility seriously, you would not give any power away to anybody. You would not give any little bit of it. And give your joy, your gratitude, your ability to flow with life, you would not give that away to somebody else. Because they are not responsible for that. You are responsible for your experience. So whatever happens to you, however contracted, however intense the experience might throw darts at you, what you do with that, how you emotionally alchemize that into a greater experience of joy and bliss and gratitude, is up to you. So what happens when you really make that shift is that everybody that you meet becomes God. Everybody that you meet becomes you. And this is, I know I go on about this, but I find it so important, especially at this moment, that we are starting to integrate and learn what sovereignty means and what it means to meet each other as ourselves. There is no one but you out there. Everybody that you meet is reflecting a part of you that you might know or might not have seen. So they are really and truly a gift for you to recognize yourself a little deeper as this vast ocean that you are, of so many different aspects that are trying to live through you. Everybody is an invitation for you to meet you a little deeper. Whatever they are bringing up for you, whatever reaction they're like, oh wow, this is a beautiful person. Whoa, so that's me too. And wow, this person really is horrible. Whoa, that's inside of me too. There's this beautiful thing that sometimes in workshops and retreats we share. Every judgment that you make on anybody, add 3 words. Very simple. Just like me. So that bloody asshole, just like me. If you go every time you catch yourself making a judgment on somebody and you add these words and you go onto the journey to look what it actually is that is triggering you and which behavior is moving you out of your center, because again, you've given somebody the permission to pull you out of your center, because when you judge, you're no longer in love. When you judge, you're out of your center. You're no longer connected to your heart. So you've given away your power to that person. What if you just found that little piece inside of you that that person is reflecting, and just feel it? Wow, yeah, I do that sometimes, and I have done that in the past to others. Similarly, a little bit different, but yes, it's present. Wow. Let me take responsibility for that. Let me take care of my inner garden so meticulously that I won't give anybody the power to change my mood, to change my ability to stand in gratitude, to change my way of life. Because I have taken responsibility for the nature of my experience in any given moment. And this, my dear friends, will be one of the greatest tools that you will need in the next coming years as we are going through this huge transition on the planet. Your frequency, your vibrational energy is your responsibility, nobody else's. And whatever is going on outside, whatever is crumbling, however many systems are going to tumble down on us, the only refuge that you have is your inner sanctum, is your heart, and the responsibility to take for that. How are you taking responsibility for not just your body, not just your physical health, not just your thoughts, not just your emotions, but your energetic being? You don't stop here. You don't stop at the edges of your skin. You are much vaster than that. And when you understand that with every breath and every thought and feeling that you are emitting, you are changing your energetic frequency around you, and you take responsibility for that, then we come and step into sovereignty. Then you come into a world where no matter what the rules and regulations are, if you agree with them or not, you can stand in your sovereignty. You can stand in, this is what I want, this is what I know is right for my body, this is right for me right this moment, and I take full responsibility for my choices because I am living being in this body. And I have an energetic field that carries me through the magic and mystery of this world. We are moving from looking at life linearly in a more masculine way. We're moving from the understanding that there's cause and effect to causing an effect with your energy field. Wherever you're moving, however you are wanting to move through this life, it will be supported if you tune into life as a frequency. So meeting every single person in your life as God is great spiritual teaching, is such a big offering to life. But how can anybody speak of loving God or loving the universe or whatever name you want to give it? How can you love God whom you can't see, who is in everything but is kind of the essence of everything? How can you speak of that when you can't love everybody that you can see? When you can't love the people that trigger you? When you can't love the people that really challenge you? That is where your greatest gurus are. That is where God is present the most for you. Because it's challenging your heart to say, but I'm not going that way. I'm not going to give you my power. I'm loving you no matter what. My responsibility is to see through the veils of illusion into your heart and into your essence and know that at the deepest core, everybody is love, everybody is God. And if I recognize myself in you, even in those, if I recognize myself in all the depth of love that everybody is reflecting, then only love starts coming at you. This is deep, deep work, deep personal work that is extremely vital in this time and age. In this time where we're separating even more, where we are polarizing, where we are bullying each other online, where we're forgetting how to connect, where we're forgetting that there are people behind those profiles. There are people behind those comments that have lives, that have lived through things. that have injuries and pains and all of their stuff in their back. And it's easy to just write some little comments. It's easy to just be a little bit attacking or feel attacked. But this is not where we're going. Where we're going collectively, if you hear the call, if you're ready to step up, if you're ready to raise your frequency to a different level, it is to take 100% responsibility of the nature of your experience. What kind of experience do you want to have in this life? You only have this one. As far as I'm concerned, I have this one life in this body, in this Dara identity. How do I want it to be? Do I want to be joyful? Do I want to be in ecstasy? Do I want to feel my feelings deeply? Do I want to cry with gusto? Do I want to jump through life in gratitude? Yes. So who is going to make that for me? Who's going to do that for you? You. And I'm going to do that for me. So how do you plug yourself in the morning? How do you wake up? What do you do to come to that sovereignty, to recognize yourself as God and recognize everybody else as God? How do you remind yourself of that truth? Because yeah, you can watch this video, you can listen to me, you can say, yeah, it's kind of true what she's saying, but it's only when you get into action, when you get to live this principle in your own life, that life will start reflecting it towards you. So this is a great invitation. Meet everybody as God. Whether it's people, animals, nature. Meet them in their divinity, because you are able to see. Somebody said you can have more than one life in that one body. That is very true. Oh my God, I've had multiple lives in this very body, for sure, and I agree with you. But let's say they are cycles folding within. I've had many different beautiful experiences that completely different. Like the lives that I had in the last 25 years are utterly discontinuous from each other, with different partners, with different life experiences, and yeah, that is beautiful. And that's one of the, actually, I'm just speaking to this, that's also part of me taking full responsibility for my experience. I was not ever really attached to what I had, and I was ready to jump into the unknown, ready to jump and let go of what felt like security and a system that might, give me enough to hold myself. And I was ready to leave all my friends' circles. I was ready, and I did. I left various friends' circles. I left various situations, relationships, in order to follow what really wants to move through me. And that's a courageous step. And as I read somewhere yesterday, you gotta be willing to make that step. It's before that step will reveal itself to you. It's not that you can say, oh, if I know the next step, then I will make it. No. Your responsibility is to be willing to change. Your responsibility is to be willing to open to whatever comes to you at any given moment, however much pain that might be bring up for you. If you're willing to embrace the unknown, to come to that place where like, you're standing at the abyss and you're gonna let yourself fall, and you're willing to fall before you know that down there is a feather bed. That abyss was never to kill you, but it was actually to catch you. But there's no way around the fact you gotta let yourself fall. You gotta be willing. And that's our responsibility. So if you walked around in life having or taking 100% responsibility for everything that's happening for you, you'd be pretty happy. You'd be exploding in joy and beauty. Can you feel that? I'm really wondering if that makes as much sense to you as it does for me. For me, I'm currently exploring the concept of sovereignty in such depth, and it's rewriting and rewiring so much for me in my system that I feel as rooted and as grounded as never before in my life. Because I know I'm 100% responsible for everything that happens. So any little pain, anything that happens, anything that moves me is a gift. It is a gift. There's nothing that happens to me. Everything happens for me. Simple and so true. Then life becomes this shamanic journey, this shamanic timeline in which everything is like a messenger for you to like see yourself a little deeper and to get into contact with the deepest part of you. Wow, how beautiful. Then there's nothing and nobody to blame anymore. Not even yourself. You can't even really blame yourself for anything. You can just love yourself through it. You can feel like, oh wow, oh, wow, that was painful. And I can love that because I take responsibility for that pain. And there's nothing wrong or nothing that I should have done differently, or, oh, I did that thing to that person I shouldn't. No, you did it. Now just deal with the feeling of, whoa, how does that feel in my body? That I did that and it didn't really feel proper. Maybe it wasn't the right reaction in my mind, but I did it. So take responsibility. Say your sorries where you need to say your sorries and move on. Let go. Let go of what has been capturing you, what has been holding you. Take responsibility. Whatever you're holding on is not you taking responsibility. Lots of people think, oh, like, yeah, I'm holding on to this pain, I'm holding on to this person, I'm holding on to something, and that means I'm taking responsibility. No, taking responsibility means you dropping your stories as quick as you can. As fast as you can, open your heart. Every single moment, open your heart. That's the call. That's the invitation. That's when you take responsibility. Holding on to anything is carrying a burden that's going to make things more and more and more complicated down the line. So your responsibility is to feel your heart at every and any given moment. And then open. Don't let it pull you into your mind. Don't let it pull you into your emotional body. And if it happens, then just observe. Let it happen. Let it move. Move your body. Maybe dance, scream, shout. Do something that releases that energy from your system. And then recognize that you are in control of it all. You are in control of your experience, for the nature of your experience. And that's a great gift. Oh my God, I'm dancing in so much joy every single day about like, wow, this is what's given to me in this life. The opportunity to recognize myself in everybody and everything. What a gift. What a gift that you are in this body and I am in this body. And we can experience life through that. Plug yourself into gratitude. And most of the steps, most of the responsibilities are already taken. It's one of the easiest ways to really take responsibility is to come to gratitude, to recognize that you can be grateful for life. And then you're right there in responsibility. Because wow, you're accepting that life is happening for you, not to you. Stay fluid, stay flexible, stay strong. Stay connected to your heart and what is true for you. You are a sovereign being. Nobody can tell you anything. Nobody can tell you what to do, how to act, how to be, but you. And I'm calling us all into more sovereignty. Really, really, really. So if you feel like you want to explore that deeper, then come head over to the Be Love Tribe. It's our little online community that Simon and me are hosting. We're really doing lots of little things in there, trainings, but also just live events where we're showing up with you, where we're wanting to empower us all to grow in community, to learn what it means to be sovereign and in connection, in synergy at the same time. Yes, we need these talks, not inside Facebook. Exactly, that's why I'm doing these talks at the moment here, but also because I want to move people to a more intimate platform where we can share more closely, where we can really empower each other, where it's not just a click of a button, I watch a video, it's like, next one. No, where we really call each other into sovereignty, where we call each other into our strength, our power. Because let me tell you guys, this is not going to get easier for the next couple of years. Life is going to get tougher, and we need these tools. It's no more luxury. It is what we need now. It is essential for our survival. So I will upload these videos on YouTube as well, and if you feel like sharing it with your friends outside of Facebook, there it will go. And yeah, you can access them on YouTube too. All right, sending you off with the invitation to meet everyone today as God. See through their stories, see through their masks, as they are an invitation for you to see through your own masks, and see the divinity inside of them, so it opens for you. Wow, everybody is simply and truly an expression of the same source energy that we all come from. Everybody is simply love at the deepest core. Let's look at that and dance in the mystery of it all. Ciao.